Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to create a few Pinterest inspired outfits and I recently received some bags from Est Studios. They released their most popular styles in a few new colors and they asked me to try out four of them. And this isn't an ad, but the bags were gifted and I get to keep two of them. And I'll be styling all of today's looks around these bags to see which ones would actually be the best addition to my wardrobe. So for the first outfit, I wanted to start with the bag I'm almost certain I'm keeping. It's a Capture medium sling bag in vintage brown, and I decided to pair it with a relatively simple understated outfit. So I chose this Pinterest image featuring a gray skirt layered over pants with a white top. And I really love reference images like this because they don't lock you into one specific look. The pieces are so basic that you can recreate this outfit in countless ways and it will still feel different every time. The original image is definitely more summery, so I want to translate it into something a bit more winter appropriate. So I went with my pointy camel colored boots, and for outfits like this, I actually prefer when the bag and shoes don't match. It makes the look feel more personal, like you're just wearing all of your favorite pieces together rather than trying too hard to coordinate everything. And I also specifically want to try this bag with a very simple outfit because if I do keep it, I see it as an everyday bag. The size is perfect, and I love a brown bag with some variation in the leather, which I think stands out a bit better against a more minimal background. And surprisingly, skirts over pants is still one of my favorite trends, mainly because it's about how you wear something rather than buying a specific item. But I honestly didn't think I was going to wear it as much as I am. For the next look, I completely fell in love with the color combination. It's a blue top, a grey skirt, a brown belt, and black boots, and then also a white bag. And again, I really love that none of the leather pieces actually match. And this look immediately reminded me of a belt I've been meaning to alter. I'm obsessed with the shape, and I honestly think I'd wear my longer skirts a lot more if this belt fit properly, but it's way too big right now, so you'll just have to imagine it sitting where it's supposed to because at the moment it creates a slightly awkward shape. But I paired this outfit with the Capture medium sling bag in white, and this version has a slightly glossier leather compared to the vintage brown one, which is more soft and matte. And for a white bag, I actually prefer that finish because it makes it feel a bit less pristine and less delicate. And that's also the one thing I'm a little on the fence about with this bag. I love it because it's white, but I'm also very cautious and a little scared that I will damage it. And that's usually why I gravitate towards vintage pieces. They already have some wear, so I don't feel as precious about them. But that said, the two bags I'm planning to keep, I really want to maintain in the best shape possible. And even though I love vintage, there's also something really nice about finally having bags that are still in perfect condition. But I do love what a white bag can do to an outfit. It is obvious, but it instantly brightens the entire look and pulls everything together, in my opinion. And also, these colors are not that bright, but pairing it with a bright white bag makes the colors more obvious. So if you watch this video to the end, do let me know which two bags you would keep, and maybe then I can make my decision a little bit easier. But I also wanted to try this bag with a grey and white outfit, so similar to how I styled the first one, but here the white in the outfit is the bag. And as much as I liked the previous look, this feels closer to how I actually dress most days. This outfit I will wear to work, family, friends, and so on, where the previous one is an outfit I love and I will try to remember when the moment is just right. And when a piece still feels like an addition to my wardrobe in a simpler, more familiar outfit, I know it will be something I'd naturally reach for. And this look made me realize I could wear this bag without thinking too much about it, and that's usually a sign that it will work. But if I would style this outfit again, I think I will wear it with a little bit more color. I think I would add a colorful scarf because the gray feels like a little bit much. Or maybe I could alter the skirt with a different color as well. In the next photo, I really fell for the colors and the textures. The only thing I would change in hindsight is the overall shape. I love it in the image, but for me, with the things that I have, it's a bit too many traditionally girly elements all at once. The small pointy heels, the ruffled skirt, the wrap sweater with a deep neckline is a little bit too much for myself. To make this look feel more like me, I'd need to introduce something slightly more casual, and a bag already helps balance the look, I think, but I still want to use these pieces because I was drawn to the mix of textures. I love how the corduroy works with the soft suede, the vintage knit, and the leather boots, and that contrast is really what made the outfit interesting to me. And I also mentioned in my recent thrift haul that I actually don't like pairing a leather jacket with a leather bag. But with this one, I wouldn't mind that because the leather is so soft and it doesn't feel very heavy or overpowering. And it also wouldn't make that very awkward feeling when leather is paired with leather. I don't know if you know what I mean. And green is a color I've been wanting to explore more in my wardrobe. It's not something I naturally gravitate towards, but I do enjoy wearing color time to time. And sometimes I need to focus on one color to really make it work for me. So this year I decided that color would be green. The next outfit is one I really like because of how simple but still chic it feels. A navy sweater with light brown shorts and boots. And I don't actually own shorts like this, so I try to play with proportions instead, using a cropped sweater from COS and layering a brown knit underneath in a similar tone than the pants. And looking at it now, it doesn't quite create the illusion I was hoping for. It feels more like I'm trying to disguise the fact that these aren't the same piece, which makes it a bit unconvincing. And I think it would work better if the layering was more intentional, maybe with a shirt that adds contrast so it feels like a conscious choice rather than a workaround. And in the reference photo, I think the boots are what really elevates the look. They're the chic element grounding otherwise quite casual pieces. And for this outfit, I paired it with the medium baguette bag in olive. I already own this bag in a larger size in black, and I wear that one all the time. But this version feels like its date night counterparts. I love the shape very much, and it looks small, but it actually fits more than you'd expect. So I feel like this is the chic element in this look. And I don't see myself wearing this bag day to day, but it really fills a gap in my wardrobe. And to explore that a bit more, I also styled it with a similar outfit and added a wool trench coat because that is something I would wear on a date night, but also because a simpler canvas sometimes makes it easier to see if you like a piece for what it is rather than as a part of the outfit. And I can also see myself wearing this bag a lot in summer because when it's hot, I tend to live in very simple outfits, plain t shirts, and easy layers. And I love how this bag adds interest purely through its shape, so it doesn't need much else around it to stand out. So maybe I actually would wear this bag day to day, but more in spring and in summer. So that's all the outfits I tried out. I really hope you got some inspiration out of this. I know I did because a lot of the time, once I start editing and rewatching the footage, I realize I'd actually style certain looks differently. And I usually film everything in one day and then edit over the days after. And that distance often gives me a new perspective. So that makes me wonder whether you'd be interested in seeing that process more openly. Maybe a video where I start with one look and let it evolve from there. Or a kind of clothing experiment like styling outfits of the week, but each day I'm only allowed to change two things just to see how much a look can shift over time. Or even seeing how many different versions of an outfit I can create using only the pieces I already own. But that brings me to the bags because I still haven't fully decided which ones to keep. I'm pretty sure about the first one, I just know how much wear I'll get out of that one. And the others all add something really interesting to an outfit, which makes the decision harder. So I'd love to know which one you would keep. And I do want to say that I'm genuinely very grateful to receive any of these bags. They're all very beautiful, so thank you so much to Est Studios. And thank you for watching and being here, and I'll see you soon.